Gen Z has issued an urgent evening message ahead of their planned tomorrow's action. I want us to have a look at the message, for it's going to inform the basis of our analysis right now. Citizen assembly. We must have constructive engagement in our quest for justice. Do you know of a comrade, friend, or relative who is missing, dead, or abducted? Come forward with such information to our teams who will be ready to listen to you and offer on-ground support. Featuring Missing Persons Desk, Departed Souls Corner, Medicare for the Injured, Abducted and Kept Incommunicado, Arrested and Kept in Custody, Illegally, Psychological Support. Come tell your story at Ufungamano House, State House Road, Nairobi, Friday 12th July. So Gen Z is just requesting that if you know of somebody who has been killed, kidnapped, abducted, missing, meet tomorrow at Ufungamano House, State House Road, Nairobi, Friday 12th July. I want us to put all this into perspective, considering what has happened in the country today. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Before we put that into perspective, let's also look at what Gen Zs in France said earlier today before Ruto dissolved his cabinet, because it appears Gen Zs are awake everywhere in Kenya and outside the country. The young people of the Republic of Kenya living in France, press release, Kenyan Gen Z and millennials in France are outraged by the presence of non-essential staff and joyriders from Kenya in Paris. We are waiting and ready to fog march these individuals back to Kenya from Charles de Gaulle Airport. The extravagant Kenya shillings 50 million spent on renting out Kenya House for just 10 days is unacceptable, especially when it fails to prioritize our athletes who are the true ambassadors of Kenya. We demand a detailed budget breakdown and clarity on the activities planned at Kenya House that will directly benefit our athletes. Priority must be given to our athletes, not joyriders or non-essential personnel. No politicians should be in Paris while Kenya is under austerity measures. We have enough Kenyans living in Europe who will cheer our teams for free. We urge CS Ababu na Mwamba to disclose all relevant details regarding those traveling to Paris, including Kenya House budgets, activities, and allocations. We will not rest until our demands for accountability are met. Then you are seeing the signature there, leaderless Gen Z and millennials, Thursday 11th July 2024. That letter was written just hours before William Ruto dissolved his cabinet. At that time, you are seeing Ababu na Mwamba was still the CS. It's coming out very clearly that Gen Zs are awake all over the world, and they are still determined to succeed with the struggle. It's good William Ruto dissolved his government, but you are seeing from this that they were waiting for Ababu na Mwamba and his team to land in France. they were ready to frog march some of these individuals who are misusing taxpayers' money. This was a demand they issued in the morning, and we saw Ababu Namwamba responding by writing to NOC to bring the list of all members traveling to Paris for the Olympics. So it's coming out very clearly that the struggle continues. And now to that urgent message informing Kenyans of their planned action tomorrow, I honestly believe that William Ruto, as the president, should be held responsible for all Kenyans missing, abducted, and for those who have been killed. He should not be allowed to go scot-free. Even though he has dissolved this government, Kenyans should demand of him to take a political responsibility for the deaths. A human life is sacrosanct, sacred. Nobody is allowed to take away a human life. If the police killed Kenyans, William Ruto should and must be held responsible. And it's also very unfortunate that even as we talk, Kenyans are still being kidnapped, some are still being killed. I think Gen Zs should continue with their push, and Kenyans should now not leave this war to Gen Zs alone. Let's keep on pushing, because it's through this pushing that we are seeing William Ruto earlier today dissolved his cabinet. It's just because of this persistent push by the Gen Zs. So they should keep on pushing. I honestly believe that if the push is persistent, William Ruto will eventually resign. He's a cornered man, and I don't know why he fears resigning. If he thinks he's doing the right thing, then he should not be afraid of dissolving the government. Nobody has blocked him from offering his candidate again. Let him call for a fresh election. If he is elected, so be it. But as things stand right now, Ruto has no option but to resign. Because going forward, I don't think his government will be all that effective, because that confidence from the ground is already gone. So we must still remain vigilant as the struggle continues. And now to Kenyans who are still supporting Ruto's government, they are the biggest enemy to this country. And even as Gen Zs were protesting, there were some calling them idle youths. Now these protests have actually led to some positive changes which we are witnessing. And even at the time of independence, when Kenyans were fighting for independence, there were collaborators at that time. So even today, I'm not surprised that we have collaborators who are still supporting William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. The ultimate desire of the Gen Zs and why Kenyans took to the streets was for William Ruto to go. That's exactly what he should do. He has to go. And if he still wants to maybe stay, then let him call for a fresh election. Let him offer himself. If Kenyans elect him, then so be it. But as it is right now, Kenyans have lost trust, confidence in him. And as time goes by, I'm only seeing doom. William Ruto cannot change. He's still the same William Ruto. He can pretend maybe for 1 month, but after that, he'll forget everything and he'll still just revert to the factory settings. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.